everyone. In this video, we're going to go ahead and focus on the information that's found in Chapter 3, Section 3.6 of your textbook, Converting Decimals to Fractions. So I'm going to highlight the steps to doing that, and then we're going to do a couple practice ones. So really the first thing that we need to do, you're going to write the numerator as the decimal number without the decimal point. So basically we're going to go ahead and just write the decimal. Then we're going to make our division line or our fraction line. And then we're going to write the denominator as a 1. And then we're going to count the number of decimal places that there are in the original decimal. And we're going to go ahead and add that number of zeros to our denominator. So the final step then would be to reduce. So let's look at a couple practice problems, see how we go ahead and do that. So what we're going to go ahead and start with is this decimal, we have 88 hundredths. That's how we say it. So if we go ahead and we follow these steps, we have 88, and then we draw our division or our fraction line, and then we put a 1, and if we follow this rule, we count the number of decimal places that we have. There's 2 in this number. So this becomes 100. But if you notice when I said the decimal, it is 88 hundredths. You're already saying that fractional piece. So that's another way of approaching this, is just by actually saying the decimal in the correct fashion. You're going to know what your denominator is. But in case you're not sure, this other method of writing the 1 and adding the number of zeros to match the number of place values is a shortcut, easy way to remember. That's how we go ahead and we convert our decimals to fractions. But we're not done with this, because we do have to go ahead and we have to reduce this. So I know that these divide by 4. And so my answer, when I go ahead and divide, 4 goes into 125 times, and then 4 goes into 88 22 times. Let me double check that, just because sometimes you just need to double check your math. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's look at this problem right here. We have 5 and 57 hundredths. So sometimes having a whole number with a decimal confuses people as to what that would look like if you were converting it to a fraction. What it is it's a mixed number. So we've done mixed numbers. We know what they look like. So we have our 5. That becomes our whole number. Then we go ahead, we take our 57, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to write that as our denominator. Then we're going to add a 1. We're going to count the number of place values we have, which is 2. So we have 5 and 57 100ths. 57 is a prime number. There's no other number that's divisible other than 1 that gets you 57, so we know this can't be reduced anymore. Finally, let's go ahead and look at our last example here. Here we have 2 hundredths. So what does that look like? Well, we go ahead, we're going to make that 2 our numerator. Now, we're going to go ahead, draw our fraction line, but we're going to add our 1, and we're going to go ahead and count decimal places. So we have 1, 2, so it's still 2 100ths. We can't leave it like this, because we know it reduces. So I'm going to go ahead, divide by 2 here, and we're going to end up with 1/50th as our answer. So in this video, we reviewed how to convert decimals into fractions.